Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we wonder how long until Demetrius Kane rules the world. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Kathy Cool, and Demetri Kane.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Oh, so yeah, it comes up in the shop all the time. I keep hearing all this stuff. Demetri, did you see the Le Bon is in this place now? We were the first ones to carry it, but man, all of a sudden we carry it now. It's everywhere, and or he's got projects and he's doing private label whiskeys for organizations that I didn't even think did private label whiskeys and stuff. So crazy things spread out across the state here. So I can't imagine that in a few years, he's going to be taking over the world. And we're already kind of seeing that. He doesn't respond to my texts at this point and stuff. Yeah. So, but we're lucky he's here tonight. So we'll talk about this. It'll probably be his last series of shows, I'm sure, because he's a very busy man. But
we'll hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that after the break.
We'll call scheduling agents.
Yeah. You have to. My people, which is me, will have to talk to his people, which I'm sure there'll be 10 of them. So, yeah. Kathy, you said there's something you want to talk about, though. What is that?
This is Demetrius Kane specific. So we all know that he has a tombstone that says he dies in a knife fight with a bear.
Yeah.
In this picture, the bear has a knife as well.
That's a knife. Yeah.
So I want to know, you're going to go down fighting an animal with a knife. What animal do you want to fight?
Oh.
Demetrius picked the bear.
Okay. Well, that's a good one because it's a very respectable way to go. I was killed by a bear. You could see that. So yeah, you're killed by a.
And there's multiple ways to think about this, because if you survive, will people buy you drinks for the rest of your life? And if you die, will they buy your descendants drinks? Hence, a bear.
But you have a tombstone, so the theory is you die.
Well, yeah, but then my children.
This is my small talk, Demetri.
Yeah.
It might be about you today, but this is my small talk.
So he's saying that like a bear is a respectable animal to be killed by. It's not like a bunny killed you. So
right.
Buy like his children drinks because he's a legend like that.
I would say McNew will be killed by a squirrel with a knife. That's what she'll end up dying from.
A crackhead
probably not
squirrel.
That wrong. It's fine.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
I think if a snake came at McNew with a knife, she would just die instantly.
It'd be tough for him to hold the knife.
Have a heart attack. There's no fight left. I'm just having a whole heart attack and dying, killing over.
Makes it very easy.
Yeah. I wonder, it would be fun to put McNew on one of those fear factors where you got to get dumped in like a pit of snakes or something and see what happens.
Like throw me in a pit of needles before you throw me in a pit of snakes. I cannot.
So how much money would they have to
exactly.
give
This is what I'm going to say.
There's not enough. There's not enough.
$1 million in cash, not tax paid and everything.
$1 billion.
A suitcase of $1 billion.
No, cannot do it. Cannot. I will die of shock or a heart attack or something terrible, and that would all go to my hospital bills if I survive. It's not worth it. No.
$1
No.
billion hospital bill.
Don't know.
That's a lot of hospital
I
work.
don't know how much
That's
they
a lot of hospital work before somebody pulls the plug.
Yeah.
Well, if they
$1
knew
billion,
she's got
jeez.
$1 billion, they might just keep her plugged in. We're not pulling this.
Yeah.
What-
Going to
is there
us.
another
Cash
small
machine.
talk?
No, this money is not benefiting me. I'm uninterested. No, not doing it.
Okay.
What's the threshold of hospital bill would change your mindset from pulling the plug to keeping it in? Because you had to be paid that much. That'd be a whole nother small talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And stuff. So, one that comes to my mind, and this is going to sound very, well, not unique if you listen to my battle against this animal, but the amount of fire that I've rained down upon the mighty chipmunk. These little bastards
Chipmunk will take you
would.
down.
These bastards would collude together, the whole clan. They would find a group of them and they'd come find me, track me down, walking in the street and like bearing me down. It's kind of like I kind of envision the chipmunk posse running me down like in the movie The Mummy with those scarabs when they run down the guys trying to run away from them. They mound over them, then they go over and all you're left with like bones.
It's
I
a
could see
plague.
a posse of chipmunks doing that to me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Like Alvin and
Yeah.
Theodore?
Yeah, like
No,
that.
it's
Yeah.
there was a whole
chipmunk.
situation against the chipmunk population in my neighborhood that had to be controlled, and it ended up on our next door
Chipmunks are
app.
terrible. They're terrible
Yes.
because here's the problem with chipmunks. They're cute and they are destructive. They're little bastards. They burrow into shit. They'll go after the foundation of your house. They
house.
mess shit up. They get underneath
Yes.
your driveway and tunnel out underneath there, and your driveway cracks. Chipmunks are terrible, but they get away with a lot of shit because they're cute. So
And they have a Christmas song.
yeah, and they have a Christmas song. I think Kathy would be killed by a knife-wielding duckbill platypus. That's,
This isn't about who other people are going to be.
I feel like no one else can answer, but me, it would be a hammerhead shark with a knife. Hammerhead shark he's got a hammer and a knife. That's what it's going to take to bring me
That's
down.
vicious.
I'm right up the Mississippi
by a
River.
Silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
I want that silverback gorilla coming at me with a knife because he's going to be fast.
Duckbill
He's gonna-
platypus is yours. Yeah.
Platypus.
Silent killers, those platypus, those platypi.
I think
Platypi.
poisonous, though, I thought like they had a stinger or something that was not good for humans.
Well, they got that, and they have a knife apparently. So yeah,
And they have a
a
knife.
switchblade too.
So if snakes don't get
Sneaky
me,
little
or
shits.
squirrels don't, it's going to be the geese. I fucking hate these geese that live
yeah.
on the pond behind my house.
Jeez,
Like
yeah.
they're almost like snakes with wings. They hiss and they have nasty tongues. I fucking hate these things.
Oh, they like you though. They're drawn to you. It's the
Don't
raven
Let
hair.
Renee Howe hear that. The glorious Canadian goose.
Oh yeah, she does like
She
those
was real proud
Canadian
with this
stuff.
episode.
Oh
My
yeah,
husky likes to chase them, and I just let him. I'm like, I don't
Oh.
even care if he's nice to these things.
that's
What if
ridiculous,
he catches
McNew.
one?
Yeah.
What if he catches one?
I don't. Oh God, what if it hurts him? What if it bites him? I didn't think about that.
It could be more
No.
the other way around.
He just,
Yeah,
he just likes
exactly.
to run through him, and I just let
It's
him.
going to hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't think
So, he brings you back a gift, and you're left with like a $5,000 fine,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be good.
and the whole country of Canada hating you.
Yeah, you can never
Yeah.
go to
Don't put that on
Canada
social
again
media.
because
Yeah, don't put that on-
you broke their goose.
Well,
Broke the
yeah.
goose.
Renee
so
Howe
I
will be
think
after you.
I don't think anybody's gonna know that a goose died, right? Because I could just secretly scoop it up.
No, your neighbors take photos of it. Yeah,
All of them.
Everybody's
I'm
got-
sure they have cameras pointing your way
Everybody's
for all the
got
shit that
cameras.
goes down already. Anyway, the
That's
McNew
probably
household.
true.
If I live by
Cameras
McNew, I
pointed at
definitely have
their
a camera
house, it pointed at
there.
yours.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Like they
watch
have like a
this shit.
neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
They're like taking turns looking at your house, surveilling everything.
It's
They
like,
get on there
oh
and
my
they're like,
God.
she's sitting in
Yeah.
the throne at the fire pit again.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
I do,
HOA call for that one.
I do have one crazy neighbor, and she asks me why I don't like her on a pretty regular basis. But
Yeah. Don't your neighbors always report you on that neighborhood app
like,
thing?
what before?
They're always like, look at this one gross house, and you read it, it's always yours. You realize it's yours.
no, no.
Oh yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
I actually have one of the nicer yards because I make sure it's nice. But
Oh, sure, no problem there.
The
Passed out lady.
poopsters come over, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
do what?
You have the poopsters that come over. You
Turn
monthly pay to
over.
have the
Yeah,
somebody come over and clean up the dog crap. It's great.
He technically retired. I think he just got tired of picking up crap, but he no longer does it. I need to find somebody else or just start doing it myself. So
Retired's another good way of saying probably gone out of business.
yeah, I think that was probably it.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with our man of the hour, Mr. Demetri Kane.
I am drinking a Willet Small Batch Family Estate.
Whoa, that's a big deal. No.
That was a Tim Swyatt cork pop.
No, that was still better than Tim's. All of them combined, that was better.
Well, we'll see. Kathy, you're next.
Okay. I am going to honor Demetri and drink a Planters.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, bad form there.
Hey there, Kathy. Kathy, are you okay? Blink twice. Okay, good. She's still alive. She didn't freeze.
I think Demetri still has the lead. Kathy, there was a foul on the play there. So, yeah. I've got Planters as well from the ABV Barrel Shop. Here we go. Cork pop. Quiet on the set. There's our lead, folks. There's our lead. It was crisp. All right. We'll have Tim go next. And then
just get me out of the way and McNew can take it. I'm also honoring Demetri with a Planters single barrel. This is Real Dirty Whiskey, by the way. So folks, make sure you know that at the ABV Barrel Shop as well. And I also have it autographed by Demetri too. So I really went all in on this one, Demetri.
Oh, nice. Mine's not signed. Good job, Tim. Nothing at all.
Can we just talk over his from now on? Because it doesn't matter.
Can we do a master? Steve, could you teach a class? Maybe charge Tim like $25.
Yeah.
And we do a lecture series where it teaches people how to properly cork pop.
Yeah.
How to fill cork pops? Yes.
Yeah, you could sell it on Patreon as a perk.
Exactly.
Have anybody that's won come in and teach a segment on how to
how to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
it'd be the first and last ticket on that one. I buy all the tickets so I could corner the market on this one.
It's like I'm gonna win eventually.
Yeah. All right, McNew, you're last but not least. What do you got there?
The Henry McKenna.
Oh,
wow!
I think that was enough. I think McNew got it. Snatched me. I had it there, and then McNew took it from me right at the end. So, cheers to McNew.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about our man of the hour, Mr. Demetri Kane, how he is poised to rule the world. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Denny Kennard, and my altar drinking Edo is Freddie Miller. I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about how Demetri Kane will rule the world.
Yes, we are. So, doing this shows and stuff like that, it gives me great joy. And sometimes it's just a matter of putting a show like this in there. And I don't ask you guys about anything. I don't say this is what it's going to be. I just send out the show notes. And it makes me laugh to think that Demetri's going to be getting an email from me. He's going to open it up and see this show and they'll be like, oh, fuck. And then McNew's going to be getting the 5th show on here and she had to be like, oh, fuck.
I just laughed when I saw it. And I have a theory, but I'm going to save it till that show. Okay, guys.
So, yeah. Demetri, what do you think when you saw this show in the mix? You had to be pleased.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Just like that, just like you said. I was
opened
it up and I told my wife, I was like, oh, damn it. So,
well, I know. I mean, I've been given some intel on you that I didn't realize was super. I'm not going to share it on here like Kathy will. I'm sure Kathy will let it fly here in a second. But yeah. I was told about a super secret project you're working on just by a customer in the shop. I was like, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. And yeah, apparently it's true though.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's true.
Very interesting. So this guy, I mean, his stuff is everywhere now. I mean, it's in Schnucks. I mean, the buying power of Schnucks alone. I mean, if you could sell to Schnucks as a craft distiller, that's your ticket.
Pretty
right
good.
There. Yeah, they're not bad. They move some alcohol, man. And again, it varies a lot by store, but there's some of their stores that are probably way better than many liquor stores in the area. I mean, that place moves some alcohol. There's no doubt.
For the viewing audience, for the listening audience, Schnucks is a local grocery store.
Yes. Yeah. If you
local to where, Kathy?
Compare it to
St.
Kroger.
Louis.
Local to Steve.
Kroger.
Local to St. Louis. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think mostly we've got regular
It's the
listeners.
Public of Missouri.
We talk about Schnucks a lot, so
Yes.
I think if you listen, you know. But if you're new to the show, Schnucks would be a local grocery.
Are you really selling in Schnucks now?
Yeah, he's
we're,
there.
we're in Schnucks, and this year you will see us in Costco.
Of course.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
By the pallet, I'm sure. Every store will have pallets of the stuff. Yeah. The cult. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we're
interesting.
trying to get a Johnny Drum cult started. You know,
There we go.
one drum at a time.
One drum at a
that's it.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're calling it
Yeah.
What Would JD Do?
Yeah.
We're doing what JD should do.
Tim, what do you think about this? You are, it's a matter of time before he starts moving up your way. I mean, as he conquers St. Louis, which is happening, in the state of Missouri, apparently, that's just all but a done deal at this point. I'm sure the next area is going to move east. It'll be heading towards you.
That's Stumpy's ground. So this will be interesting to watch this whole thing flare up and see how this thing goes. But so I'm up in the Chicagoland area in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and Demetri's taken this place by storm because on some of our ABV corporate and private event tastings, we have included planters, which will start some good buzz in the communities around here too, as well, once they realize what this product is and what's coming out of Missouri. Because I got to tell you, the Missouri whiskey scene secret's going to be out here fast at some point in time, just like all good things come to an end.
Yeah.
But that'll be a good thing for a lot of people locally there. But this stuff is spectacular, Demetri. It's a lot of fun, and you will have you're going to have a lot of cult following here pretty soon when it comes down to that. Once we start spreading the word around here locally, and then finding ways to get your product.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course it's tongue in cheek. We're having some fun with Demetri today, but legitimately great whiskey. I mean, it's nonstop. We had a guy come in today, and I was like, I need a gift, and for a friend and take them over to Demetri's. And of course, we try before you buy, so we have them taste it. Yeah, this is the one I want. I mean, it's usually that simple. Someone's coming in for a gift. We always point them in Demetri's way there. And had him get that. And he's like, this guy likes old fashions. Well, I got this old fashioned mix. He buys the old fashioned mix. He buys that. Boom, out. He's got his gift covered. Boom, he's out of the store. So it was, it's one of those. It's and of course, this happened a lot at Christmas. I just need a gift to people that aren't shoppers for our store or anything. Just come in and I need to get a. He's got a good price point, and it's something a little bit different. It's also people like it because again, when you're in St. Louis like us, it's a buy local type of thing. So it's kind of everything works for it. So people love your brand and what you got going on, man. So
I appreciate it.
So,
Yeah,
I was there in November and took home a bottle of Planters, and it's gone already. It's so good. It's so good. And we'd have people come over and we'd share, and they're obsessed with it too. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a
I
lot
have
of
a
fun.
question for Demetrius. Did you plan on conquering the world when you started your distillery?
I don't think we've even still planned on that.
Well, no, it's happened. So
Was that
you
not the
have to plan
business
on it.
plan?
Yeah.
For us, the big thing to me is it's just we're having a hell of a good time. If you come out, we joke around that we have the smallest distillery team ever because it's literally 2 people. We have a really awesome partnership with a lot of farms, but we still do a lot of the farming ourselves. So for us, it's just we don't want to stop having fun. So as long as we're having fun, we're gonna keep growing and having a blast at it. But it also comes down to everybody's well, how big do you want to be? And I'm well, we will never sell our barrels to the point where everybody has it all the time, because to us, it's really important that the market's not flooded. It doesn't make sense to me to flood the market with our product and for the quality to go down, because it's you can make more money, but it's a short-term fix where it's you can make a lot more money now, but then people don't want to buy it down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, it's we have barrels that are far in excess of, they're very old. And so we don't want to run out of those either. So it's for us, it's kind of just we sell them when we want to sell them. And there's a fun, that's really fun to me is when people pick up a bottle and they're blown away with it and it's gone. That's cool to me. It's that's why I made it. I didn't make it to set on a shelf, collect dust. It's buy it, drink it, join our family. And then when you see another bottle, buy it, drink it, come hang out at the bar. Half the time people walk in and it's they don't even know we're here. And they're are you open to the public? And I'm yeah, we are, but we don't really post hours and we don't really tell people we're open or how to find us. If you find us, then it's cool. But if you don't, it's we have people call all the time well, we looked for you. And I'm well, there's a black door on the backside of a building. And, if it's unlocked, we're there. And every so often Steve found us after a little bit.
Yeah, it was not easy. Yeah.
I was just going to go there. Because the first time I met Demetrius and found out about your brand was on an ABV Network flagship whiskey event. And then there's there's another small distillery on there too, I think right down that same road and in that same area as well, that I finally got turned on to. And after hearing that presentation from you about how you run stuff, and then just chatting and talking when you over these shows today, it's so let me talk to the barrel warehouse manager. Here, hold on, let me get him. Yeah, it's Demetrius. Let me talk to the gift shop manager. Oh yeah, it's right here. Demetrius, let me talk to your barrel manufacturer, or your curator or what doing this, that, or your mash bill. This where you're at reminds me of another good friend of the ABV Network in a small little distillery. It's not so small anymore, out in Lebanon, Kentucky. That's the same type of thing when I found them 4 or 5 years ago, where you're seeing these folks. These are folks doing everything from start to finish. You're the first one to get there. You're the last one to leave. That stuff resonates with this community, obviously with us, just because we found you. But the product is so spectacular. I'm not just being a townie or a homie for the ABV. I'm a bourbon consumer that enjoys educating people on new things and try and look outside of the standard shelves. And you make a great point there, closing my rant off here, is that when that product's gone, that exclusivity sells more than anything with word of mouth. And that's the right mindset to have. If I can't find you anymore, that's a problem. It means I'm going to search for you harder.
Yeah. Well,
and that's
like
not a bad position to be from a marketing perspective.
Well, and one thing, like, so we've got our 100 proof, and then we have the single barrels. The single barrels, you can't get a single barrel unless a store buys it. And then that bottle is one of maximum, probably right around 200, 210. And each label's custom. So once that color is gone, we will never do another label on that color. But even the 100 proof, so the 100 proof whiskey, that we only do 2 barrels a month. So when it's gone that month, we don't bottle more because it's a minimum of 5.5 years old. So our standard issue 100 proof is 5.5 years old. And it's, it's like one of those things where it's a $40 bottle of whiskey that's 5.5 years old. And I sip on it like, I love that stuff. It's, and I'm not saying that just because I make it, because I'm super biased, and I'll be the first person to say, like, I love what I make. I love what I do. But there's also, like, we joke about different distilleries around us that sometimes people get, there's little beefs here and there, but it's like, I'm blessed with being in an area where, like, one of the smartest distillers, corn growers, Gary Heimgartner, is down the road. And I'm like I go out there and I sat there and I'm like I sat in a cornfield listening to that man talk about corn. I was like, holy shit, like, this dude knows so much about corn. Like, it's kind of unnerving sometimes. It's like you talk, like, if you bring up barrels, the first time I had never, like, I'm a botanist. I had never even thought about a Chickapin oak barrel. Until I was like, I brought it up, and it was like 4 hours later, I'm sitting there going, well, I need hot chocolate plus a bottle of bourbon, not just a cup of hot chocolate and bourbon. Because it's like, we're blessed. I think that it's like, we kind of are unknown, but there are a lot of really, really smart people around us. And it's just, it's phenomenal to just kind of see that growing.
Yeah. So good stuff. So be on the lookout. Mr. Demetrius Kane, he's coming your way, folks. Get ready. Get ready. He's going to take over the world, and one bottle at a time. So pick it up at the ABV Barrel Shop. We got a barrel that's dwindling quickly. We got the last of it on the shelf. And then, of course, we're going to be getting more, though. So that's the fun part is we got stuff in the works to get more, and hopefully more after that and more after that. So I think we'll always have a pick from planters in the house, as they say, as the kids say these days.
As long as he still takes your phone calls. So
yeah. For now,
I always take phone calls. Text.
They don't answer texts.
Yeah, the text, he ignores. Yeah, it's too easy for him to ignore. So he didn't used to, though. Boy, he used to respond quick. Hey, you want to be on the show? Yes. Oh yeah. My schedule just freed up. Yeah. Now it's, I don't know. Matlock's on that at that time. I like to watch that.
There's no TV in the house. So do you have internet at the house yet?
No. So he's staying at the distillery to watch Matlock. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
We have no technology at the house.
I love that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you? I'm
on Instagram at KKCaskStrength.
All right. Next up is Tim with no colon. Tim, it's got my OCD messed up because in the script it doesn't have a colon after your name.
Yeah, it's missing.
It's very, very frustrating for me.
It is very. I will tell you, Steve. It's an eyesore to me, to be honest.
It is. It's hurtful, is what it is. It's
yes.
not right.
I just fixed it.
If
you're sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. I feel better now. You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Demetri.
You can find me at Demetri_Kane on Facebook and Instagram, or at Nobletons on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put all of our previous shows out there. We got our blogs, movies, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Also, if you're on Facebook, join our new Let's St. Louis Bourbon talk, where we talk about a question of the day. So we like talking about whiskey. So that's out there. So please join that. It's not a private Facebook group. It's open, so you can see what's going on out there before you even join. But you want to join that way you get the notifications when a new conversation goes up, that type of thing. All right, McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartins will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.